bring everything together here, so essentially, irrigation scheduling for VRI is basically the zone delineation that Jay talked about, and then trying to manage those zones. So essentially, there's two options. One is static zone management, and one is dynamic zone management. So static zone management is essentially you're going to develop your zones at the start of the year, and then you're going to manage each zone using one of the methods that we described earlier throughout the year, and then at the end of the year, evaluate whether those zones matched up with your water demands and make adjustments if needed. So common ways delineating zones statically would be the EM38, some detailed soil maps, or else you can base it on yield maps. Some companies, like I know there's crop metrics and that, they essentially take 3 or 4 of those inputs, generate a VRI map for you, and then provide that for you. But again, static zones do not mean static management. You're going to manage each of those almost as an individual field for, in terms of irrigation scheduling. So dynamic zone is where these zones are consistently changing throughout the year. So you delineate the zone, you measure the levels of the moisture, you irrigate, and then you're using, again, some information to redevelop those zones. So again, this comes back to more of the crop canopy or crop indicators, so your thermal or your NDVI, or the new technology like the Smart Drop, which will provide you a new irrigation map every time you go around the field. So, anybody wants to volunteer to be a guinea pig this fall? I don't want to make it sound like really a bad thing to do, but essentially, we're developing with, so AFC and U of S, with funding through ADF, we're developing an NDVI tool, so it's free. It'll be free for anybody to use. You'll log in, you'll get these NDVI maps, you can trace your field, and then it'll generate your ET maps and your ET and a water irrigation schedule. So it'll basically, what we're trying to do here is to utilize NDVI imagery, which is freely available through government portals. And we're also integrating local weather data to basically simplify the AIM models. Essentially the goal. I don't want to step on Ted Harms is, I worked with Ted for quite a few years, and again, the AIM model can be complex, and again, it's a one location, where this idea is that it's a simplified model. We strip away a lot of the extra information, and we utilize NDVI images to generate an irrigation schedule. So this, likely we're going to do a soft launch for anybody who signs up this fall, and then we can work out some of the bugs, and you guys can give us tips on how you guys want everything to look and feel. Because again, you guys are the end users, and we want it to best represent what you guys want, and girls, sorry. And so that'll be this fall, with the idea that it'll be fully functional for next irrigation season. This is based on, there is an existing program called IRSAT, and that was based in Australia. The only thing it doesn't do is it doesn't really do well with our weather data. So that's that was kind of the brainchild of why we worked with the original developer to create this tool. So it'll provide you with weekly NDVI maps and the resulting water demand on a daily basis. That's kind of the workshop. So